Hello students, here I will teach you laws of demand and supply. First I will tell you what is demand. In common language, the word demand means the desire of a thing, and in economics demand means not the desire only but also the power of purchase. For example, a student has desire to purchase a car but he has no power of purchase. This desire is not called the demand. So we can say that demand depends upon two basic factors. First is wish to get a thing, and second is power to get a thing. What is the law of demand? Demand of a thing depends upon the price. If price change, the demand also change. In other words, we can say that if price increases, the demand decreases, and vice versa. You can also explain other things remaining the same. When the price of a commodity increases, its demand falls, and when price falls, its demand increases. Quantity demanded and price has an inverse relationship. You can see it. When price decreases, then quantity demanded increases. When price increases, then quantity demanded decreases. So it has a functional relationship because quantity demand is a function of price. When price increases, quantity demanded decreases. When price decreases, then quantity demanded increases. QD stands for quantity demanded, and F stands for function, and P stands for price. What is the assumption of this theory? First, you must know what is the assumption. An assumption is something that you assume to be the case even without proof. For example, people might make the assumption that you are a nerd if you wear glasses, even though that's not true or very nice. First is no change in income. It is assumed that income of a consumer does not change because with the change in income, the demand will be changed and this will not be operative. And the second is no change in fashion. It is also assumed that fashion also does not change because when fashion changes, the demand and price also fall. And third one is no change in taste. People's taste should not be changed. For example, if people develop a taste for milk, then demand for tea will decrease and this law will not be operative. No change in population. It is also assumed that population also remains same because when population changes, demand also changes. Suppose the population of a country increases, then demand also increases, even the price remains the same. 6. Price of substitute. If the price of a particular commodity rises, people may stop further purchase of that commodity and spend money on its substitute that is available at low price. Change in distribution of wealth. If an equal distribution of wealth is brought about in a country, then demand for expensive goods will fall and demand for basic necessities will increase. Change in the state of trade. The total quantity of goods demanded is also affected by the cyclical fluctuation in the economic activities. If trade prospers, the demand for raw material, machinery and increases and vice versa. So in this case, law will not be operative. Now we discuss by schedule and diagram. Here price and quantity demand is taken. See, x-axis we take on quantity demanded and y-axis we take on price. You can see it. When price is 1, then quantity demanded is 5. When price increases from 1 to 2, then quantity demanded decreases from 5 to 4. When price also increases from 2 to 3, then quantity demanded will also be decreases from 3 to 4 to 3. When price further increases 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, then quantity demanded will also decrease 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. You can see because price and quantity demanded has inverse relationship because when price increases, then quantity demanded will decreases. So now we discuss what is the law of supply. First you must know what is supply. Supply is a quantity where producer is ready to sell with a specific price is called supply. What is the law of supply? When price changes, supply also changes. The relationship between supply and price is called the law of supply. The law of supply may be defined. Other things remaining the same, when price rises, supply increases, and when price falls, supply decreases because it has positive relationship. So, law of supply tells us that the producer will produce and offer for sale more of their products at a higher price than at a low price. This particular relationship shows a positive or direct relationship between price and quantity supply. What is the assumption of supply? First is cost of production remains constant. It is assumed that cost of production remains constant. If cost of production decreases, the supply of the commodity increases at the same price and vice versa. So, in this way, this law will not be applied. Second is productive techniques do not change. This law is applied only if the production techniques do not change, because due to modern techniques the cost of production is decreased and at the same price the profit margin for the seller is increased. So, he agrees to increase the supply. Third is prices of related goods remain constant. It is also assumed that price of related goods remain constant, otherwise this law will not be operative. Last one is weather conditions remain unchanged. The production and supply of agriculture depend upon weather condition. Better weather condition causes of high production, whereas bad weather may reduce the level of production. Now we discuss by schedule and diagram. Here price and quantity supply is taken. You can see it. On x-axis we taken quantity supply and y-axis we taken price. You can see when price increases from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4, then quantity supply will also increase from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4 because it has positive relationship. This line is called the supply curve. So students, you know supply, quantity supply and price has a positive relationship. Thank you. I will see you in next video.